Any anime you think it's overrated?
My issue with Jujutsu Kaisen is that
The story could be better. It would have so much potential.
I watched it when I was young, so it made me think a lot about my own life.
When you reach the last episode, I wish they would continue. That's how good it is.
Gold, greatest anime of all time. Not even a debate.
Hey guys, how you doing? I'm Takashi from Japan. So today I'm going to interview people in Japan what anime is overrated. And at the end of this video, I'm gonna tell my opinion, overrated, underrated, my most favorite anime of all time. So please watch until then. Okay, let's get started. Any anime you think it's overrated?
I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but One Piece, bro.
You think it's overrated?
I don't like one. There's too many episodes. I mean, like, I've read the manga, I get the story, but why is bro not Pirate King by now? Like, it's 1,000 episodes for what? To watch him do the same thing over and I get he's not doing the same thing over and over again, but like, 1,000 episodes is way too much.
I don't really watch anime. Is there any anime that you can recommend to someone who doesn't watch anime usually?
Somebody that doesn't watch anime usually, I would say start off with a 12-episode, one-season anime called Erased on Netflix, and then go up to Attack on Titan. It's a very complex story, but it's easy to understand, and there's only 4 seasons. It's about to finish. And then I would say move up to Dragon Ball Z, the classic, and then start Bleach, and then Cowboy Bebop. Yeah.
What's your most favorite anime of all time? Just one.
Shingeki no Kyojin, aka Attack on Titan.
What anime is overrated?
I think Bleach is incredibly overrated.
Why?
Because 70% of the show is filler. If you watch 100 episodes of Bleach, only 30 of them, something actually happens. All the other stuff is just nothing. So I'm not wasting my time watching that.
What about underrated anime?
Underrated, there's a anime called Dead Men Wonderland. That's a great anime. It doesn't end where the manga ends, but I don't meet many people who have seen it, and I think it's amazing. So
Why do you think it's amazing?
it's a little bit darker. I like darker anime. It's kind of deep, and it has like an interesting story, and it has like social commentary stuff. And I like anime that does stuff like that.
Can you give me an example? If you like this anime, you're gonna watch it.
I think if you like Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion, you'll definitely like this one. If you've seen Mirai Nikki, Future Diary, I think you'll also really like Dead Man Wonderland.
What's your most favorite anime of all time?
Probably Evangelion. It's gotta be. It's such a classic. Good art style, good story, great voice acting. It's just everything about it is really, really good, I think. Just like adulthood and like being a teenager, the emotional topics. I watched it when I was young, so it made me think a lot about my own life. So now when I see it, it reminds me about myself. I'm like, oh, like I've thought this and I've felt this, and yeah.
What anime is overrated?
I think Boku no Hero Academia.
Why?
I like the characters have so much potential, which is really good. And the world too, the world building. But the story could be better. It would have so much potential, but it's very overrated. I mean, it started good, that's why I get the hype. But I think it didn't like continue well. So that's why I think it's overrated.
What about underrated anime?
I think it's Made in Abyss. I feel like, I mean, it's pretty popular among the people who have watched it, but I also feel like a lot of people don't give it a chance because drawing style of the characters is very special. They look like very childish or like a baby, which many people are too scared to, like, no, I'm not gonna watch this. But the world building is incredible, and like all of the drawings, it's not like any other anime I've watched, I think, and it's very brutal, even though they look like kids. So I think more people should give it a chance.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
It's always going to be Attack on Titan. The story is just, I like the story, the music, the way it's drawn. I don't know, the story got me so hooked. And like they have a lot of plot twists, which I like. If you watch it, you think it's about this thing. And then there's like a plot twist where all you thought was true was like a lie, or like it's not what you thought it was. So from then you have to speculate like, oh, why did this happen? And why did they never talk about this? And you get to think a lot. In the end, usually like it turns out not as you expected. So that's why I like it a lot.
So what anime is overrated?
Kimetsu no Yaiba, aka Demon Slayer, is the most overrated anime of all time. Not even a debate. It's 100% carried by the animation. It has zero plot twists. It's always the same kind of a story. So if you have watched a lot of anime, you know that there is nothing unique in Kimetsu no Yaiba. Same kind of a story that you already probably watched in tons of anime, but with a beautiful animation. The only good thing about Kimetsu no Yaiba is Shinobu Kocho and the fight against Super Moon 1. That would be fantastic. But besides that, the story is absolutely bad.
What anime is underrated?
Bungo Stray Dogs, the story is a masterpiece. It has a lot of plot twists. Characters are relatable. One of the main characters in the side is super smart. He's probably one of the smartest guys in all anime. And if you like mystery, you gotta watch a Bungo Stray Dogs. Japan is quite famous, but overseas is not that quite famous. I don't know why.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
Shingeki no Kyojin, aka Attack on Titan, is the greatest anime of all time. Not even a debate. Like, it has the best storytelling, the best plot twist. The ending was fantastic. Shingeki no Kyojin, GOAT, greatest anime of all time. Not even a debate.
What anime is overrated?
Dude, I'm sorry, Jujutsu Kaisen. My issue with Jujutsu Kaisen is that it's so complicated. They literally had to put a narrator on there to explain what is going on. Like, Yuji has this power, this person has this power, and when he does this XYZ, ABC, then you'll finally understand. Like, I'm sitting there, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, what is happening? Season 2 had some really good, like, fight scenes, but the pacing, it was just kind of like, it's okay, I don't know who the main character is anymore. First season, I don't even remember it. Like, I don't even remember it.
What anime is underrated?
An underrated anime is season 1 of ReZero. Bro, I loved that anime. It was so good. I don't think a lot of people liked it and didn't really understand what it was, but it is such a deep story that has to do with depression, mental struggle.
Why it's only season 1?
Because season 2, they kind of just go heavy into the lore and less about the character. So it's more about like, okay, now the plot's moving forward, we're doing this XYZ. But before, it was like a character study of Subaru and his deterioration as a person. And it was, the shock value was really good. And I don't think a lot of people like it because I think season 2 has kind of devolved into waifus and just like cute girls and stuff. So it's an underrated anime for sure.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
I'm a weeb, man. Like, my favorite anime of all time was K-On!
I mean, okay.
Yo, K-On! Real K-On! Man, was my most actually, that is the anime that got me to Japan, which is why I wanted to come to Japan. It was like my very first like real slice of life anime where you're literally just hanging out with these girls, playing music. I was in a band at the time too, and I loved music and I was into music production. And I remember like I wanted to get like Yui's guitar. I already got Azusa's guitar, like the Mustang. Like that's the first thing I bought when I got here. I know it's like cringe, like moe cute. Like it's kind of like that, you know. And the voices are kind of whatever. The songs really resonated with me. Every time I hear Tenshi ni Furete, I cry, bro. I love that anime and it always has a special place in my heart. I would 100% recommend that to anybody who just wants to kind of escape and kind of feel this calm of just like everything's fine, and friends are what it's important and stuff. It's very good.
Have you ever been unable to watch your favorite Netflix shows because they are only available in certain countries? Or feel worried about your security or personal information online? A VPN is a solution. Today's world demands strong privacy and unrestricted internet access, making a VPN essential. That's where CyberGhost VPN comes in. CyberGhost VPN secures your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. Ensure your IP address remains hidden and your data safe. With over 38 million users globally, 11,000 servers in 100+ countries. CyberGhost VPN receiving excellent rating on Trustpilot. Unlock geo-restricted contents from platforms like YouTube, social media, and 40+ streaming service, including Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, and more. I personally use CyberGhost VPN when I travel to keep my internet usage secure and access content restricted to specific region like Netflix Japan. Just a simple region switch with a click. CyberGhost is easy to use, compatible with all major platforms, and a single account covers up to 7 devices. Ideal for sharing with your friends and family. It ensures your online anonymity with a strict no logs policy. You can get CyberGhost VPN at amazing 84% discount. That's only $2.03 a month plus 4 months free. Click the link below to get started. What anime is overrated?
Fairy Tail. Too much fan service. The plot sometimes to me feels like it moves too quickly. They're just like going from one enemy to the next without any like real character development. The characters don't really change as much. They sort of overuse the power of friendship. I'm fine with the power of friendship being used every now and then, and if it's explainable, yes. But there are times I'm like, no, this is not valid. No, this does not make sense. No, how you feel does not always automatically mean you win. You can have all the courage you want, but if you don't have the power to back it up, you ain't gonna accomplish jack shit.
What about underrated anime?
Underrated, I would say Oregairu. Underrated because it doesn't have a lot of action, big fight scenes, but it's a critique, the social dynamics the social influence of society and how people are sort of products of the environment of which they are raised in, and how that will influence how you interact with people, how you see the world. It's a very interesting anime when you see the relationships people have between each other, the relationships they have because of society, and the relationships that they have with themselves because of who they interact with and how society portrays them.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
One Piece. The character development, the relatable background stories. If it's not relatable, at the very least, it is understandable. Even if you may like, okay, I can't personally relate to this, but I can understand it. The story expands very well. Everything is, in some way, shape, or form, is connected. Each character feels as though they have a purpose. They're not just there to fill space or to fit into a trope. The god named Oda does do a very good job of making sure his characters get equal screen time when they need it, when they deserve it. And he does a very good job of making sure anything that was sort of dropped in the past gets revisited in the future. Even if something is in episode 1 or episode 2, if you look far enough, it was referenced or connected to something that happened later on in the story. And I think that the arcs flow very well. The story does a very good job of expanding itself. And Oda, while he does give you enough hints, guess, or be able to inference what happens next, he also surprises you. Listen, I trust Oda and his works. Wherever he stops, I will respect the man. He's done us justice, and I believe he will continue to do us justice.
What anime is overrated?
I think Demon Slayer is slightly overrated because I had a really hard time like getting into it just because of I think an anime should have a really good hook in the beginning to get you into it. And I felt like for me personally it wasn't as exciting, and it's so popular. Like it's more popular than like Spirited Away, which I can't like put together because I grew up with that. And so yeah, I would say it's overrated.
What anime is underrated?
I think Chainsaw Man is pretty underrated. I think it could be even more popular because I think the art style is really, they mix a lot of like 3D animation into it as well. So to watch, it's like something so brand new. And so I really liked like enjoying that style of art. And I thought that the Chainsaw Man art from the manga to anime, the anime did even better. And so it made it much more interesting to watch.
What anime is your most favorite of all time?
I would say Attack on Titan is definitely my favorite. I did not want to watch it for years and years because it just had so much hype. But now that I watched it, I was just like, this deserves to be even more popular, in my opinion. Yeah.
So what anime is overrated?
Naruto. This is coming from a One Piece fan. Naruto is very overrated. It's very hype. Obviously Ninja is very cool. This is spoilers. Naruto kind of being like a god. Everything was decided by fate. Whereas the whole time in the story of Naruto about how fate doesn't matter and you can work your way up to become Hokage, but it turns out fate is what kind of helped him. The storyline kind of fell off at the end. However, I still respect it a lot. I still think it was very beautifully done, but it's not as good as One Piece.
So what anime is underrated?
One of the most underrated anime, Berserk. I do still meet people who watch anime that have not seen Berserk, and I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? This is like only 24 episodes. Maybe it's like 1990s anime art style that people don't like, but this is about a man, guts, and his true perseverance through life. You know what? I think a lot of guys like this more. It's kind of like this Sigma male mindset. So Berserk, definitely underrated. For new anime watchers, yes. Old anime watchers, they've probably seen it.
So what anime is your most favorite of all time?
One Piece. One Piece is the best manga of all time. The anime suffers a little bit from pacing, I understand, but the manga, the story of One Piece, best story progression, the world building. It's like Lord of the Rings, you know, this giant world created. This has been going on for about 25 years and it's still good. You know, there's a lot of series that kind of like just fall off and then get good again, fall off. This is just progressively amazing. It's like an exponential curve. It just keeps going up. So One Piece, best manga anime of all time, unless of course he screws up the ending. We don't know if he'll screw it up. I don't think he will. I think he will be fine.
What anime is overrated?
Overrated, man. Oh, I'm gonna say One Piece. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. One Piece. I think One Piece. Don't kill me. I don't know what it is, but you know, like sometimes you might try something and you're like, I don't know. I'm not really into it. So I think One Piece is that for me. It never really pulled me in, like how Naruto pulled me in, or YuYu Hakusho, or any of those, right? So, are you a fan? It seems like you're a fan.
No.
Okay.
So what anime is underrated?
Maybe Bleach, right? Because I feel like a lot of people speak, they don't like Bleach, right? For some reason, they're not fans. It might be a bit slow. Sometimes it can be a bit slow, but I like it a lot. When it gets up there with action and stuff, I like it. But I think overall, Bleach is underrated in my opinion. Because very few people seem to like it. You know what? Look, it's anime. If we're gonna go into a world that doesn't exist, you just expect anything. It's anime. So I think overall it's fine. If we're going into a world that's fictitious, expect fictitious things to happen. So I think Bleach, I like Bleach actually. So
Okay, what's your most favorite anime of all time?
to be honest, I would say I like Naruto, but Yu Yu Hakusho. I've watched Inuyasha too, Rurouni Kenshin is cool, but I think Yu Yu Hakusho is my #1 anime because I can watch it over and over. And when you reach the last episode, I wish they would continue. That's how good it is. So that's the feeling I look for when I'm watching anime, right? Can I watch this consistently and not get bored? That's Yu Yu Hakusho for me.
Okay, so what anime is overrated?
I think Boruto is overrated. Naruto is so good that they should have finished the anime there. I think there is no person who prefers to watch Boruto instead of Naruto, right? I think Boruto is a very forced sequel. They just wanted to sell more. Instead of characters of the future, I would like to know more about characters of the past. So I think they lost that chance creating Boruto.
What about underrated anime?
I think Sword Art Online is a very underrated anime. I think the creators of Sword Art Online understand very much what people want to see. And Sword Art Online is a world where a young guy gets into the video game world. So they created the perfect anime where we can dream and we can want to be the main character. So I think that's a perfect idea.
What's your most favorite anime of all time?
My favorite anime is Naruto. Because when I was 13 years old, I was watching Naruto and I was very motivated to come to Japan. Of course, I knew that there is no ninjas here in Japan right now, but I wanted to see by myself the mountains, the waterfalls that appear in the Naruto anime. So I have a very special feeling towards Naruto.
Okay, thank you for watching so far. How was it? That was interesting. My opinion on overrated anime. 進撃の巨人, Attack on Titan. Don't hate me, I've tried many times. Many of my friends actually like it, you know? But I don't know, I just couldn't enjoy it as much as I did Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, you know? And then I think Attack on Titan is now one of the most popular anime of all time, right? So this is just my opinion. I'm gonna give it a try again soon. Underrated anime would be Hokuto no Ken, the Fist of the North Star. I understand why it's kind of underrated because it's old actually, like it's like in 80s or 90s, right? And I've watched it when I was like 9, 8, 7. And then Kenshiro, the protagonist of the anime, is my childhood hero. People just don't know the anime because it's old, you know? Like even my Japanese friend, my age, I think not many people have watched it. But somehow my mom liked it, so you know, just recommended me and then I've watched it. It's one of my most favorite anime of all time. My most favorite anime of all time, Slam Dunk. Slam Dunk is my most favorite anime of all time. It's not just sport anime. It's not just basketball anime. It's the anime about life. And if you haven't watched it, I think it's definitely worth trying at least once in your life. I think it's on Netflix. I don't know in other countries, but at least in Japan it's on Netflix. It's also one of the most popular anime in Japan, but I think it deserves more than that, in my opinion. And also, I'm gonna interview Japanese people about their opinion on overrated anime. Please watch when I upload it. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. If you like this video, click like button. Please subscribe to my channel. If you have any question you want me to ask people in Japan, please leave me the comment too. See you next time. And also don't forget the link in the description to get a special discount. CyberGhost VPN is granted to our channel viewers. This application will protect your data while you browse and give you full access to all the blocked contents on the internet for $2.03 a month only. Totally risk-free, so check it out. Link in the description.